Hello, Sagittarius. Happy Wednesday. So we've got Seven of Wands and the Devil. So there is some situation where you felt you needed to take the high ground. You were being judged by other people and you needed to justify your actions. The Devil energy, this can talk about feeling bound by stuff, by situations, by even a person. Things like addictions, obsessions, or just any sort of situation in general. So this devil energy, it's negative things in your life. It's things you don't want to deal with, things you've repressed. You're realizing that you need to deal with them, that you need to bring them up to the surface, into the light. You need to do that without passing judgment on yourself or on other people. In order to heal these situations, in order to get your life back into balance again, in order to get back into the flow of life again. And then we've got the King of Wands and the Lovers. So the King of Wands is talking about taking leadership of your life and moving it in the direction that you have in your visions for your life. What goals do you have for your life? What vision do you have in the long term? And how are you working towards those goals? How are you working towards that vision? That's going to help you figure out how to get back into balance instead of feeling overly judged by other people or allowing your inner critic to judge you too much. So the Lovers, this talks about obviously two people, a romantic situation, but it can also talk about, more often it talks about a choice, needing to make a choice that's aligned with your values, that's aligned with your priorities, and you're needing to make this choice to get back on track with that vision that you have for your life, to not let this negative energy, these things that you've repressed that you don't like, these things that are sort of controlling you, that you feel like you're in chains, you feel like you're bound by them, you can break out of those chains. You can get free. And this Lovers is telling you to make that choice to break free. The Hanged Man, Queen of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Coins in the reverse. So the Hangman, this is talking about getting knowledge. It's talking about looking at things from a new perspective in order to have the knowledge to free yourself. You might need to sacrifice some of your time or something else. The devil energy, you might need to sacrifice if it's talking about like an addiction or an obsession, you might need to let that go in order to achieve the vision that you have for your life, in order to achieve your goals. You might need to let an addiction go and sacrifice that. The Hangman sacrifices in order to set up routines once he gets that new perspective. Now this Queen of Swords in the reverse, this can talk about being somebody who's overly ambitious. They're distant, they're cruel, they're a little too in their own head. Sometimes it talks about deceit or somebody who's deceitful. It also talks about somebody who can't discriminate in terms of their thinking. They can't let go of other people's influence in their life. So they're very easily influenced by other people into doing negative things, into thinking negative things, into like spending all their money or doing harmful things to themselves, because these other people, they don't have the ability to discern what's going on or to discern why these people might be telling them to do negative things. Either because those people are messed up and they're also doing negative things, or because those people are intentionally trying to hurt them. So this Eight of Coins in reverse, this talks about those obsessions. It talks about busyness for the sake of being busy, talks about unrealized goals, envy, jealousy, frustration, setbacks, feeling like you're stuck on repeat. So when you're looking at this situation where you can't be discerning in your thinking, you can't set up boundaries, and these other people are influencing you negatively, and if the Queen of Swords were in the upright, you'd be able to cut those ties. You'd be able to cut these obsessions. You'd be able to cut this stuff out of your life, this misdirected activity, this busyness for the sake of being busy. You'd be able to cut it out of your life and get your life out of repeat. So the Emperor, this is talking about needing to calm that chaos, needing to take control, take charge of your life. The Emperor is large and in charge. The Emperor is really the one who sits there and says, okay, this is the vision I have for my life. These are the steps I'm going to take, and I'm not going to let other people influence me for the negative. He moves forward with that. He puts those structures into place. He's almost a little bit dominant, even in the upright. He's a little bit dominant in regards to that sort of strong authority, those strong boundaries that he sets for his life, for his goals, for his habits. The Emperor talks about trying to protect what you've already worked for while you are restructuring in order to expand, in order to grow. You are trying to develop that happy balance. The Emperor also doesn't delegate. He takes the responsibility on himself, and he does the required actions himself. If somebody needs to be cut out of his life, he cuts them out. If some habit needs to be cut out of his life, he cuts it out. There was some sort of rejection, some sort of heartbreak, something that you needed to learn a lesson from, that you needed to learn wisdom from in order to move on. So this even talks about the end of a relationship that you thought was stable and long-lasting, a work relationship, romance, or friendship, not just a romantic relationship. This Three of Swords, there is this potential for transformation. If you've been avoiding dealing with this pain or this deception or this issue, a breakup or whatever, it's going to break wide open. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You need to deal with it. So this Emperor is talking about getting yourself out of this situation, out of this Queen of Swords in reverse situation, this Eight of Coins in reverse. You're the one who's in charge of your life, and you are the one who has to end this situation. So take charge of it. You know what your vision is for your life, and you know what is holding you back. Have a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.